What is up, chat? Pokemon in Rainbow and Scoundrelus. How are y'all doing? Thank you for stopping by, Scoundrelus, if you're already heading out. How's it going? I have fixed my capture card colors. Big news. They're apparently slightly off for a long while. I actually don't know if they were off for greens. But, whenever we were doing, like, Tomodachi Life or anything else involving the Switch, the colors were wrong. I suspect caused by HDR, but I've since fixed it. Colors are now correct. Not that we're doing anything on the Switch right now, but for the future, they're now correct. So that's nice. Yeah, how is everybody doing? Hope everyone is doing well. It's fine Thursday. I had a very chaotic start to my Thursday. Then a very unexpected, like, relaxation time, I guess. Very unexpected downtime immediately after my chaos. And now we're kind of here. So yeah, I was really unsure what to do today. But I think I'm willing to take a stab at some wall run code. We'll see how well this goes, though. It might not go very well. Hello, Pippa. I'm a tad quiet. Really? Maybe I'm not speaking into my mic enough. My mic is like shoved in the corner. Hold on a minute. My desk is a bit of a mess. In honesty. Let me close my door. So I can be louder. I gotta help a little bit. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah. And Pippa's gonna want to talk to me in a bit. Wow. She's gonna want to say hi to me at least. Our dog, we were dog sitting left today, chat. No more screaming from the other room in the middle of stream because of the dog. Hello, Pippa. Welcome up. Anyway, chat, we are gonna get started. So we're not working on Hijack right now. But we definitely should. At a later date, eventually. Today, we're gonna look at wall running and stuff. Because it doesn't really work right now. It's super complicated. And in general, I think just needs some simplifications. All that jazz. Okay. So the first plan of action, Chaz, we need to define the behavior we're trying to achieve. Really hard to program behavior that you haven't defined yet. Got ourselves a massive platform here. Okay. Then we can start doing stuff. This will be our wall running wall. So as it currently stands, I can't turn my camera. What?
Pepsi. Pepsi.
So as it currently stands, I'm not entirely sure why, but wall running is kind of completely broken. Wall jumping seems to be fine, but wall running is like kind of screwy right now. Does seem to be working.
Pepsi. 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 Pepsi.
If I remember correctly, the camera only works if you include the on ones. Well, that's a problem. That should not be true. So let's take a gander. We can also do some animating today, chat. That's another thing we can do. I was animating... Oh, this is something to stamp. I was about to say, where is the thing I was animating? This animating a cutscene for Contrasting Peaks that I storyboarded a while ago.
Pepsi.
Yeah, so this is currently he just like infinitely climbs the wall, and I'm not entirely sure at what point that the wall running broke, but it is very broken right now. It does not work. So let me see if I had the behavior defined in my notes. I know Dismond had strong feelings about how the wall running worked, but I think I'm gonna try and get a simple framework, bare minimum. I have so many random tabs in Notepad, chat. And none of them are what I wanted. Okay. So we're just gonna get some basic wall running working in that case. So, for wall running, I want you to have to be descending from your jump, which I believe is actually an output on this thing. What's a distance from ground? That's nice. So there's jumped, double jumped, but then there should be like actively falling, right? Jump, peak, and then jump, descent. Yeah, so either when hitting the jump peak or descent. I need to see how these work because I haven't used them before. But I don't want you to be able to latch onto walls.
Pepsi. 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 Pepsi.
Until the peak has occurred.
Pepsi. Pepsi. Stay over there. Pepsi. 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 Pepsi.
Pippa just set me to a random OBS scene. Thank you, Pippa. Pippa, don't do that. I was like, why'd my entire screen just go black? Okay, so let me write these down. So, latch onto walls after jump peak. I want to say that wall running should be faster than running on the ground, but that you will slowly fall off, like you'll lose altitude. With like an exponential scale or something. So those are my 3 principles. So then the question is, how can I simplify things? I also want to say no wall... I think no wall running after a triple jump. Because the animation would not imply that you can do that. Okay. So chat, we got this behemoth of a microchip to work with. I'm kind of tempted to just delete everything. I'm not gonna lie to you. Maybe I get like a screenshot or something before I do that, but like... This is just overwhelming, frankly. I'll get a picture of this, just in case. Okay, so we'll start with launch onto walls after jump peak. Right, we'll start with that. Now, I guess a reason to salvage the code is that the wall jumps are working. Granted, the wall jumps don't feel amazing, but I do know that they're a little slow intentionally because JJ was freaking out. Let's go, Siege update installed apparently. But JJ was freaking out when there was no delay in wall jumps because he couldn't turn fast enough. So. Oh, there's also a movement requirement. I think that's the other thing. Fast wall jumps cause siege. Yeah, when the wall jumps are too fast, it updates my game and I don't get it. Okay, so wall stick forward. These are only activated. Oh yeah, there's exclusive gates on these. That's right, okay. I'm refamiliarizing myself, chat. We of course have to check that the wall is actually flat, so we gotta keep this. This is just frankly like there's too much happening. And I feel like I could simplify a lot of this stuff, so I am really tempted to just can it. Anyone been playing any fun games? I'm in my, like... I don't really know how to describe it. I think I'm in my multiplayer phase right now. I really just want to play multiplayer games. I can't really be bothered to do much single player stuff at the moment. Outside of, like, streams. Really the only single player thing I've been doing is, still Hitman. Very fun. But, like, nothing else has been speaking to me. And I have options. Not like I'm out of stuff, but... Okay. I want to test something. I think I definitely need to just... I feel like I tested this recently, actually. I feel like I just need to, go through and delete all the wall running stuff and just keep the wall jumping and go from there, but we'll see. If I remember correctly, you can't just equals fat wires. You do have to actually split them and equals each individual part. Which is annoying, but I want to double check that. Because if you can equals the whole thing, that's really helpful. Wanting to undust my Wii U and play GameCube stuff? Like Harvest Moon? That'd be fun. Never played Harvest Moon, but y'all know I'm a big Stardew Valley guy. So currently equal. And yeah, this is exactly what I thought. It only checks the first number, I'm pretty sure. Oh, it actually doesn't. Is it checking if any of these are equivalent? No. It's just broken. I can't... Yeah, it just doesn't work. Moral of the story, it just doesn't work. I don't think there's even like a vector equals. So yeah, do have to split, which is a little annoying, but that's not the end of the world. Certainly not the like most complicated part of this process. So, what do I need to keep and what do I need to axe? With N64 or at SNES 1 for like 10 minutes when I was a kid. I don't feel like Kid Me could ever do anything for only 10 minutes. I dug into stuff. I was ready. I was committed. I was ready. What are you plugged into? You are plugged into long jump. Why are you plugged into long jump? Oh, to stop long jump. Okay. So, I think we're getting rid of long jump as well. If I remember correctly. JJ takes up 40% memory. He takes up the most out of any character, which is fine because he's not fighting many enemies, but like, he's kind of crazy. All running movement, freeze movement. Okay. Problem is none of this stuff's labeled. Like this is, I think, getting JJ's orientation. Yeah, this is rough. I wonder, is there a free-to-use Mario with wall jumping? Could see what they're up to. Hello, Mario. You have black hair. Almost. It's very dark. He's got laser scopes attached to him. With animation and sound. Does this involve actual... Oh, Jesus Christ! What is this? Fellas, what am I peeping? This guy's still not as much thermo as JJ is, though. Oh, actually, JJ's not 40%. That's scene elements. Scene elements is part of this. I forgot. Never mind. Jumps. Is there wall jumps, or is there just jumps? This is kind of ridiculous. Oh yeah, here we go. Wall jump. How do y'all do the wall jump? I'm very curious. As I would imagine, you're setting your rotation to the hit surface of what you are jumping off of, right? 180 in a second. That doesn't feel fast enough. But maybe it works. This is so overwhelming. Ha! Some rotation happening, then the actual movement. Yeah, okay. I see. Alright. Welcome on in, SMB fan. Resting in bed. Hype as hell, dude. You know who else is resting in bed right now? My cat. A queen. Truly. Queen is in the house, indeed. This is mega complicated, dude. Okay, I think I want to get rid of the sticking. I don't like the sticking. Do I just reset, chat? I feel like I do just reset. I feel like I do just reset. With the exception of the inputs, I feel like I just clear the board. Let's fucking do it. Don't know if I'll even use all these inputs, but... Okay, so... This is... Alright. I gotta name stuff too to help. Eepy Pippy 2. Exactly. So, chat. Our conditions. Let's say... While running and while jumping, feel like they should be very similar. You know what I mean? So I don't need that right now. Like the same basis. Like it feels like I shouldn't need to do too much with them. Right. Like it feels like I start with the jump and then I can like fit the wall running over the jump logic, right? So let's start with wall jumping. Let's take a restab at it. So we know that we're going to want a lookout rotator that aligns based on the orientation of the wall that you're jumping into, right? So we want it to align JJ forward to match the wall. And then we animate him to have his hand on the wall, right? So we know that. So let's name this Align with Wall. So we know that. That's an output. And we know we're going to want jumps, which we can use movers for. We can use... the puppet logic. Probably just going to use movers. And do some like fine tuning, some testing and stuff. So we know that. We know that part of the condition to trigger this, and just to be thorough, I'm going to signal map this. Like so. Okay, I forgot. This should work. Yeah, this should work. I don't know why it's currently outputting something, because that's the one thing it's not supposed to be doing. If I remember it correctly. Oh no, I'm forgetting. I do this. Yeah, that's what I do. There we go. I inverted it on accident. That's what we do. Okay. So we plug that into jump descent. So if they are descending from a jump in any capacity, then this outputs as true. So we know that we want that to be one of the conditions. We also know, well, that's actually for wall running. So just for wall jumping, we want you to be on the descent of your jump. There, of course, needs to be a wall in front of you. Whether visible or not doesn't matter, but it needs to be collidable. Makes sense. Can't be any of this stuff. Makes sense. Probably shouldn't be a foe either. So there needs to be a wall in front of you. You need to be past the jump peak, in my opinion. I think it'll feel better that way. And then that might be it, honestly. One of the last updates I'm going to do, chat, is I think I'm going to replace all of our input receivers with just raw wires. I'm not sure yet. The input delay, the like 1 frame delay, does not bother me at all, and I haven't heard anyone complain about it, but it definitely adds up with other stuff that causes delay. I have felt that. So I've been considering it. So, I think the other thing is we're going to need some sort of state selection, right? By default, you're in A state, all right? This enters you into B state, right? In B state, you align to the wall. And we want to lower your gravity, I want to say. Let's cut the gravity in half. I think lower gravity, and we 0 your movement. And turn speed. I think that's what we do. Let's see what that feels like.
Pepsi.
Okay, he didn't turn at all.
Pepsi.
Which makes sense. I didn't tell him to. But oh, he also still turns regardless of turn speed. Okay, good to know. I should probably just disable the walk input instead then. That's probably already a thing, right? Yeah. So instead of modifying those parameters, we'll just shut off the walking input. I think I noticed the decreased gravity, but I wouldn't mind it being even lower, to be honest. It definitely should be a curve to it. Should definitely be a curve to it. So upon entering B state, here's the other thing. We're going to need a signal manipulator here because we need to get the We need to get the hit surface orientation of the wall that has been that has activated the wall jump, but this laser scope's gonna turn when JJ turns, so we need to lock that value once it's been initiated, like so that it stays saved. I'll plug that in, and then that should work pretty well. We'll see. Okay, he turns too slowly.
Pepsi.
He turns too slowly, but he does go onto the wall. I think for now... We'll say there's like a second to this. I think this is 2 seconds, right? Yeah, it's 2 seconds. Second to this. It starts at 0, so no more gravity, and then we'll have it ease into the low gravity, so that you stick to the wall for a second and start sliding down gradually. Like that. Now we just need him to spin faster, because he's not... He takes a full second for him to turn around, which is the amount of time that it takes for the gravity to kick in fully. Let's make it half a second. That's probably still going to be too slow, but just trying to get a feel for this. All right. Looks good. It looks like low gravity slows down his impact animation, strangely enough. Let's double this. Let's make it a quarter of a second. Pretty good. I think that's what it used to be at. John Bed experience. That's getting pretty good. Still definitely not there, though. But better. And then while in this state... So while in this state... And I am going to use a text displayer to track what each state is. I want this code to be as readable as possible. So that's what we're going to go for. This is wall jump ready. So if you're in your B state and X is pressed, then the jump triggers. So I think I want that to put us into state C. I could put it into state A, but then you're going to have gained full stick movement again, and I think it's going to be way too easy to like wall jump repeatedly up the same wall. Right. So I think we do this. So this initiates a wall jump. I'm going to call this the wall slide. Uses less words, it'll be easier. And then this is wall jump. Beautiful. All right. So in wall jump, we obviously can't have this mover be firing the whole time. So we are going to need to timeline this. Here's our wall slide. This, of course, aligns with the wall. It's already getting pretty messy in here. Not gonna lie. You are wall jump. You are played upon the jump happening. Wall jump is in local space. Whoops. We want it to be forward. I don't really know at what speed I want you to kick off the wall with, so we'll figure that part out. And I might play with damping a little bit. Since the Mario had it, I'm a little curious. So let's move this up. Get like a 45-degree angle there. And that is not going to play for very long. We're gonna start at half a second. That's probably still too long.
Pepsi.
Yeah, definitely too long. Feels pretty good.
Pepsi.
I am realizing. Oh, yep, there we go. Y'all just saw that.
Pepsi.
Yeah, you can just straight up wall climb
Pepsi.
with this current setup.
Pepsi.
So yeah, we can't do that.
Pepsi.
I do gotta say, I don't feel like I particularly enjoy JJ's default gravity. Let me crank that shit. 400%. Can he even jump? He can. Okay. Part of that, though, is that the mover definitely lasts too long. And gravity's just generally pretty low in these games. It's definitely way too late to change that. So maybe instead of this being a timeline, what if I just make this a signal pulse? That we have wall jumped. How does that feel? Does that feel like a proper jump?
Pepsi.
It does, but you don't go anywhere.
Pepsi.
It does, but you do not go anywhere. So we definitely have some work to do. But we do have a wall jump there. If I was to put multiple walls... up against each other, would I be able to chain them? Because if so, then wall jumping is actually done.
Pepsi.
Okay, once again, he's not turning fast enough, but yes, you can wall jump between two walls repeatedly. Quarter second is still too slow. I'm worried that, because I had it at 9999 originally, I'm worried that's actually too fast and JJ starts freaking out. And indeed, he does start freaking out. So that's too high. And we definitely don't need it to be that high. I hate that I can't just set his rotation to a direct value, man, but whatever. 720. What is doubling that again? 2 720s. 1440. How's that? Yeah, this is why we had the cooldown built into when you could actually jump. Because it's super inconsistent. Now, why is it super inconsistent is my question. Let's start looking. And I mean, there's obviously some bugs, but this being all we needed for wall jumping is a good sign. Definitely trying to trim out some of the thermal usage here as well. So why is that happening? It does look like
Pepsi.
we're entering the B state and not always having
Pepsi.
the orientation that caused us to get there
Pepsi. Pepsi.
is what's causing it.
Pepsi. Pepsi. Pepsi.
Actually, not necessarily.
Pepsi. 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 Pep. 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 Pepsi.
Okay. It's hard to really tell what's going on, honestly. But I know I can use the fix I did originally and see if that makes things better or worse. So we add a new condition to our wall jump. Two equals calculators. I also don't need a combiner. I need two splitters. So if the signal being fed into the lookout rotator actually matches the signal coming out of the lookout rotator, that confirms to us whether or not the lookout rotator is ready. So by doing this, should fix that thing going on. Let's see.
Pepsi. Pepsi. Pepsi.
It did not.
Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi.
That's so weird. So he's bouncing off of the wall?
Pep. Pepsi.
So he's drifting off of the wall.
Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi.
Now there's no check to see if he's still on the wall.
Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. 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 Pepsi. Pep. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi.
Very weird. While I'm thinking about it, let's say on the ground sets you to A. Because it probably should.
Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi.
Good so far.
Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep.
Yeah, okay. But sometimes you do latch onto the wall and you didn't switch to it. Like the data didn't get sent in properly. Which is weird. It seems like having a cooldown is probably just what we need to do though, for sure.
Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep.
I wonder if it's with how close these walls are too.
Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi.
Like, can I ever get it from
Pepsi. Pepsi.
something like this?
Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi.
Doesn't look like it.
Pepsi. 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 Pep. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. 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 Pep. 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 Pepsi. Pep. 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 Pep.
I'll set you to once. Can I plug this into anything? I would love to get the output, but I don't think I can do that. I think that's only a timeline thing. Welcome, Minded Morgana. How's it going? Going awful. Oh no. Set you to play once. Put you in here. Put you on sustain. And just through. Okay, I think the parameter stuff should probably be its own thing. We cannot have that pinch my screen, that'd be great. Okay, let's do that. And this should actually be sustain. Can you just snap onto 1 second, please? Thank you. This should actually be sustain. But because it's on sustain, I need to rewind it. Every time the state is entered. Like so. Alright, and then doing it this way, we can implement a cooldown pretty simply. And we probably don't need this, which cuts down on wires. Because we just get a calculator that defines our cooldown, pretty much. So progress must be above a certain threshold. Now I do see potential like frame, like single frame cheese of this. Something to keep in mind. Alright, so there's a cooldown of 1/10 of a second.
Peps. 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 Peps.
So this does not seem to be working. Now what's up with that? Why ain't you working?
Peps. 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 Peps.
That calculator never becomes true.
Peps. Peps. Peps.
I can see why. It's a much longer calculator than I intended.
Peps. Pep.
There we go.
Pep. Pepsi. 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 Pep.
Alright, that seems to work. You can't even like
Pep. Pepsi.
do a frame
Pep.
perfect cheese of it that I expected
Pep.
you to be able to do.
Pep.
He still sometimes
Pep. Pep. Pep.
doesn't
Pep.
face the right way.
Pep.
So that hasn't fixed that.
Pep.
But that does fix that problem. And the nice thing about that, is that you can hold the jump button and just keep jumping. which I appreciate. So, just one more bug remaining, and then I'm pretty happy to say that wall jumping is recreated and probably better than it used to be. It's probably more like tweakable than it used to be, at least. Like you don't, it's pretty pathetic right now. You do not get a lot from the wall jump, but it works. Again, for the exception of that one bug that I'm not entirely sure why it's happening. Since Diz is not going to be here, I'm doing my best to make sure this is like super tweakable for them as well. You set the E strength on you. I want you to be stronger E strength. I want to be a lot more like crazy.
Peps. 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 Peps, pep, peps, pep, peps, pep, peps, pep, peps, pep, peps. Pep.
Hello, Mega.
Pep.
Welcome on in.
Pep, pep, peps, pep, peps, peps.
So the other thing to do now, chat, can't wall jump out of a triple jump. Maybe.
Peps, Pepsi.
At the very least, it needs to cancel the triple jump if you go into it. Set you back to 50, and instead I'm just going to make the time it takes for the gravity to kick in a lot faster. Played Evangelion Studios last night. Nice. How was it? I'm traumatized. Let's go. That's one of, if not the best movie I've ever seen. Watching it in theaters was worth it. Nice. Oh, what the fuck was that?
Pep, peps, pep, peps, pep, peps, pep, peps, Pepsi, Pepsi, Pep, Pepsi, Peps.
Okay. That's causing some animation problems.
Peps, Pepsi, Peps, Pepsi, Pep, Pepsi, Pepsi, Peps.
Alright, that fixed
Pepsi,
it.
Pep,
Cool.
Pep, Pepsi, 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 Peps, Pepsi.
Okay, you can still input L is another thing I accidentally left in, so let me fix that as well. And then we just have that one bug, I think, that I'm not really sure what its deal is. I don't have 3 Evangelion movies to watch, so I can say I've seen every Evangelion anime.
Pep. Pep. Pepsi.
Sounds like you've got your checklist.
Pepsi. Pepsi. Pepsi.
There hasn't been a movie I've wanted to see in a while.
Pepsi. 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 Pepsi.
ROMs are minimized?
Pepsi.
What'd you
Pepsi.
do?
Pepsi.
That's good news.
Pepsi. 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 Pepsi.
I did a lot melting
Pepsi.
internally, so I can't say words, but hi.
Pepsi.
Hi.
Pepsi. Pepsi. Pepsi.
Okay, it doesn't look like you can wall climb, but you can just cancel the momentum of the wall jump, which I don't really like. Firstly, though, I want to get the wall jumping momentum to be what I want.
Pepsi.
I do think it's too horizontal. I feel like a wall jump should be more upwards, right? So let's apply some more force upwards. If this is 45, let's go for like a that kind of angle. It's also way too slow. Go up to 15 meters per second.
Pepsi.
Holy shit. Okay, that might be too much.
Pepsi.
JJ sends himself, dude.
Pepsi. Pepsi.
Definitely too much. I do appreciate it. Looks like it reads the jump descent properly still, though. So it doesn't, like, cut it. Because that was the main problem, I think, with our original wall stuff for JJ, is that he would grab walls regardless of where he was in his jump, and it felt really bad to be grabbing walls right after jumping, or, like, before reaching your peak in the air, right? I feel like this is way better already.
Pepsi.
He doesn't actually, he doesn't actually grab the wall until he starts moving downwards, which is super nice.
Pepsi.
Okay, that seems good to me. Might be too much still. Maybe I should test what it was like with the original speed and just a better angle, actually.
Pepsi.
It's still pretty lame. Alright, let's say 9. Halo's now on PlayStation? Really?
Pepsi.
Interesting.
Pepsi.
Too bad you won't be able to get a disc of it.
Pepsi. Pepsi.
Oh, this better jump makes it way easier to test
Pepsi.
The bug too, so. Campaign evolved, early access began today. I don't think I've ever played a single Halo game. I have a confession, chat. They've never interested me. Does he now? Probably not. Really want to rewatch the original, but I don't really have the time. Do I think it'd be something I'd do alone? That's like the main reason I don't watch stuff, is because I just don't allocate time to it.
Pepsi. Pepsi.
Halo campaign comes with a disc on both PS5 and Xbox.
Pepsi.
So when is when are they not doing PlayStation discs anymore? When does that take effect?
Pepsi.
2028. That's way off.
Pepsi.
Is that when the PS7 comes out?
Pepsi.
So they can release the PS7 with no disc drive.
Pepsi.
They're playing the long con with this one.
Pepsi. Pepsi.
I pull a PS3 and back out of it again. Well, they're already getting, like, sued and shit. It's not good for them. I can tell you that much. Hope they really say now we're stupid and stupid themselves again. I hope a lot of things happen in this day and age. January 2028. 2027, the last year of PlayStation discs. The last year that I ever buy anything on PlayStation, I guess. Why are my ears ringing? What happened?
Pepsi.
Hope for Dreams 2. See, I would hope for Dreams 2 if it wasn't Sony.
Pepsi.
I hope for a Dreams replacement.
Pepsi. 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 Pepsi.
PlayStation announces Dreams 2 without strings, but no discs. Fuck your discs. Okay, is there any way I can wire this into the triple jumps with like a pre-existing thing? What sets it back to A? It's set to A when you're on the ground and in D. What if we just... Is there like a cancel? I think I'm just gonna have to wire it directly in. Alright, give me no wall interaction. If there is wall interaction, and then give me an OR gate. And this will be a little messy down here, but it's fine. So if you're on the ground, or not in a... not in a no wall interaction. Double negative here, but that's how it's gotta be. So now, triple jump should be canceled.
Pepsi.
Yeah.
Pepsi.
So you can't go into wall jump with it. Animation wise makes no sense. We'll definitely consult Desmond about it.
Pepsi. Pepsi.
But that way you can chain the moves together for now. So what's going on here? My guess is that you're freezing before... Yeah, they're freezing too early or freezing too late. Right. My guess is freezing too late. Because right now, you are reading... So right now you're reading the wall that you're currently supposed to be stuck to, right? So I think what happened was... Maybe you are freezing too early. I don't understand how that would happen, but it's detected, it goes in, sets it to B state, which starts rotating you, but this freezes and stays at 0. I think it's freezing too early somehow. So we need to delay that. I imagine this might cause some new issues, but let's try it. Oh, come on. There we go. Let's just get the 1 frame delay in there.
Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pepsi.
Are we getting it again?
Pep. Pepsi.
I'm not seeming to get it.
Pepsi.
So that might have fixed that.
Pep.
Oh, no, we got it. There we go. So, not fixed. Not fixed at all. Currently, you are outputting... Now I'm confused, actually. It's maybe supposed to be working?
Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi.
Okay, nailed it again. Thank you, Twitch, for automatically pausing the ads. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for wasting multiple minutes of my life. Wowie. Did you click off of Twitch when ads started? Because yeah, it does that. It doesn't let you click off the page to stop the ads. They wait for you. It's fucked up. Back, still in the same spot, but I fell asleep. Well, welcome back, SMB fan. Glad to be. I'm finally someone's falling asleep noise. I have achieved greatness. Yes. I'm confused. I did click off. I'm popular and had a text to answer, which I guess is a crime. Yeah, how fucking dare you? You better sit there and watch your ads. Alright, eat your veggies. No, but for real, this is actually part of why I started multi-streaming on YouTube, is because the ads are way better over there. Not nearly as intrusive. So I can't really figure out why this bug is happening. Maybe I'll use the good old record technique again. That worked last time. I was having bugs with the Smasher. I'm gonna just record my screen. See what I see. Even YouTube has no ads. It does have ads on streams. It might not have ads on my streams at the moment. I'm not sure. But they do stream ads, but they're way less intrusive. They're so much better. I've never had ads on your streams. Yeah, I was wondering about that because I don't think I'm monetized on YouTube currently. So it's probably not going to stay that way forever, Rainbow. I probably will monetize my channel at some point, if it's not already. But yeah, currently I have not done that. I think your YouTube streams do have ads. Well, now we're getting conflicting messaging. Alright, which one of you is lying to me? YouTube, aren't ads on the YouTube Smart TV app really bad? I think so. And then they said that they weren't, or they claimed that they weren't, but I've never heard them get better. Which could mean that they did get better, because no one ever talks about when things are fixed. It's kind of one of the flaws of the internet. But, could also mean that it's not fixed, and they just hoped that people stopped paying attention. Really is a problem. People don't like to talk about when problems are fixed. They only like to talk about problems that are currently happening, which results in you never being told that something has been improved or fixed. Peer review is not a concept on the internet. They don't do that shit here. Okay, buddy, we don't do that shit here, alright? Take your science peer review bullshit and take it elsewhere. Paleo. Probably the worst thing is refusal to update YouTube for Switch 2. There's YouTube on Switch? Since when? Since when was that a thing? If we upload clips of shorts and you go viral, then more ads. That's true. I don't feel like... I still just don't feel like I make enough clips. Chad, I need to start clip farming. This is the only way. Can I be so real? I would not be able to clip farm even if I tried. I have no fucking idea what would go viral. No concept. No concept of it at all. YouTube on Switch has existed since 2017. What? Are we for real? Damn. I never heard about this. Okay, this should be visible enough for me to see what's going on. Maybe we get one more of this going around. And then we'll see if I can debug it. It's gonna be tricky though. Let's take a gander at this. This gives me the information that I need. And then we go into edit mode and see what happens. I wish I could make the canvas more transparent, though. Use it on my OLED. Nice if you want a dedicated screen for it. See, I just use my phone. Just YouTube on my phone. You have moments that could be clips, but I still really clip anything because they don't go anywhere, so I share the clips in chat to the people who witness the same thing at the same time. But that's the thing is, I just feel like I need more people, because I feel like with more people, there's more potential clips to happen. And then if there's enough of them, then I could actually make a clips channel or something. But currently, I don't feel like I'm there. Maybe that's just me, you know, maybe I'm selling myself short. But... fuck disproving misinformation. I'm gonna start believing people. We get more people with more clips. So you're not wrong about that. It's like a tycoon game though, where like I haven't bought that power upgrade yet. You know, I don't have the resources for it just quite yet. You know what I mean? Let's plan a clip farming stream and not tell the new viewers. Yeah, everyone,
Pepsi.
can you keep a secret?
Pepsi. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep.
Okay, that seems to be good.
Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep.
I was thinking today of chat
Pepsi.
about how I should start making like
Pep.
actual YouTube videos though.
Pepsi. Pep.
Promise it would just take
Pepsi.
so long.
Pep. Pepsi.
Okay, there we go. I hit the bug. So I got a recording of it. So now I watch back the recording and see if I can notice anything. I don't feel like putting it on stream though, if I'm honest, chat. Y'all can really yell at me if you really want to see me look at this video, play this video over and over and over again. But I'm just gonna watch it and not read chat. Let me help with editing. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to help with editing. I don't want to put all the editing burden on like someone else though. I should definitely be doing some of the editing. If not the majority of it. At least to start with. I don't know. I don't know how I want to nail it down quite yet. Cash Food Reviews, Pikmin 4. That's the other thing. I don't actually know what kind of YouTube videos I would want to do. Because there's a lot I could do. Stream highlights is definitely a thing I want to do. But like... other than that... I don't know. Senior 3 development documentary win. See, that's what I'm thinking of though. Is like I would ironically do that. Like explaining how I made this game. I don't say we because I don't know if I could explain the stuff that other people did. But I could bring other people on for their episodes if they wanted. Or I could interview them or something. Kind of, you know, depends. Because what though, I can learn your style and you'd have me work on videos that are further out from being posted. That is true. It is very true. But it's definitely not something I want to do right now. There's too much on our plate. The way I see it, clips are the tip jar upgrade. Adds up over time, but doesn't bring in everything. I think in theory, Morgana, you're right. I'm not so sure in practice, but I think in theory you're right. I think my concern is I have never watched stream clips and gone, I want to watch a full stream. I've watched full stream clips and I go, oh, I want to watch more stream clips. That was funny. I've never been like, I want to watch more stream from this, you know? And that's of people whose streams I do watch. I can't imagine it, at least for me personally, ever working on people whose streams I don't watch. And I do know that, like, at least in terms of, like, YouTube Shorts, not great for pulling in long-time channel viewers, right? Like, the short pops off, tons of people watch the short, very few of those people actually watch the channel the short came from. Which does make sense. But it does kind of throw a wrench into that plan. I found two of my favorite streamers from clips. Yeah, I'm sure it works. I just don't know how effective it is. But I guess every little bit does help, is the counter argument there. Do a dev documentary of the whole trilogy. That'd be difficult because I don't know how much of the first two games I remember at this point. Okay, so You jump onto the left. We're flipping. And then on that one, we don't flip. But I don't see anything different about the code. Which makes you think it's a lookout rotator problem. But I'm honestly not sure. That's so hard. I don't know. Can argument too. I like finding the clips again. I mean, that's fair. Even for the sake of just archiving, we could do that. Yeah, you're not wrong. Y'all not wrong. I cannot work out what this bug is from this recording. I don't know if the lookout rotator is messing up or something or what. Like, genuinely have no clue. Really confused. And I don't really want to move on to wall running until wall jumping is figured out. So, I don't know. I don't know what's up, chat. I gotta say. I think I need more information on screen. To really figure this out. Confuzzle spoon. I am confused. I don't understand what's going on currently with this bug. What I do know is I want to move the wall jumping to the other side of the scene so that I can see better with better lighting. And then I think we get some splitters and some value. Some splitters and some value sliders to display what's happening better on the code side of things. And go from there, I guess. So allow 2 digits of precision. Don't be big mode. Range anywhere from -999 to +999. I know I don't need that big of a range for direction vectors, but that's what I'm rolling with. Dog hype hour chat. Oh, thermometer, fuck off. Get out of here. I was looking at like my Twitch analytics last night, chat, and they were like, "We really think you should stream Hearthstone." That was their advice for me. Is that I should stream Hearthstone. What do you think, chat? Should I stream Hearthstone? I've never played that game in my life. I barely even know what it is. But it had like really good discoverability or something. I don't know. You know what they actually said that I might try, because it seems like more useful data, is peak viewership is around Saturday midnight, which makes sense. So I might try a late night Saturday stream. See if it's worth it. What the fuck is a Hearthstone? It's some like deck building game or something, I think. It's definitely like older. Okay, I climbed up. Now we just jump until I don't spin like I'm supposed to. Like right there. Boom. Alright, I have more information. Let me rewatch this and see what we got. That's my stream time for real, for real. The big thing, though, is always going to be consistency, right? Like, I can't just do a one-off, I can't just do a one-off midnight stream and see if it worked, right? I gotta start, I would have to consistently do that. Which, I don't know, I might try while it's still summer. More like Bart's Bones, Lamau. Midnight Unity stream. Maybe. Is that what people would want to see? I don't know. What do the analytics say? What are people most likely to be watching at Saturday at midnight? So this video, from what it looks like, right? Or he's facing the wrong direction. He is correctly getting the orientation data. He's correctly inputting a -1z direction vector, right? He's correctly receiving that, and scene space direction thinks that he's facing that way, which is really weird. It's really weird that that's happening, because this outputs scene space direction. It outputs where the rotator's looking, but he's clearly not. It's clearly not looking that way, which is really weird. I feel like you could do that in semester 2. You often do stay up later on weekends, and I'd get mad at you for it. I'm just a night owl, man. That's just how it is. I don't think that's ever going to change about me. Sometimes it turns to face -1, but then that time it did not turn to face -1. He just sat there. Okay, I need more data. Right, I think I need this open, and I need to be able to, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another recording, and we're going to do this. We're going to have this open, so that I can see his look at rotator arrow, to see, because the look at rotator does get output,
Pepsi.
Right? It's not
Pepsi.
Outputting, at least I don't believe it outputs what the input is supposed to be. I believe it does output his genuine orientation.
Pepsi. Pepsi.
But maybe it doesn't, because looking at that,
Pepsi.
yeah, okay, so maybe it doesn't. So then the question is, I think we have successfully narrowed it down to the look at rotator just sometimes doesn't fucking work, but I don't know why. I'm not sure as to why it would not be turning him correctly. Like, I don't know what would be getting in the way of that. Like, when your streams, they make you super happy. That's true. That's true. I've switched my computer. Let's go. Rainbow votes for After Dark Unity. I might consider it. I am getting the itch to work on a Unity project. Now, I will say, chat, actually, since there's some more people here, y'all just reminded me. So, August 21st is my stream anniversary, right, chat? And I've got a lot of ideas for it. I do want to do a long stream, as per usual for the stream anniversary. I want to do a pretty long stream for it, and I've got a lot of ideas. I think it could be fun to revisit a lot of the like legacy Let's Play games that we did. I think it could be fun to do another game jam sort of situation. Like there's a couple different ways we could take it, so I'm curious what you guys are thinking.
Pepsi.
What would y'all want to see?
Pepsi. Pepsi. Pepsi.
I'm game for another game jam. See, I don't know if I could do a single stream game jam is my only hesitation with it. Unless it's an incredibly simple game. Right? Or I like provide chat with a lot of the assets ahead of time or something, you know? Orange World Game Jam. That is true. We could just do ball rolling. That's pretty simple to do. It shouldn't take too long. Regardless of what you choose, can it be interactive, like bingo or a fake slot machine? I do agree with that, yes. I would like it to be interactive regardless.
Pepsi.
And something not too crazy, I think, for interaction either. Because I feel like, y'all know, like, crowd control? I feel like crowd control could be fun.
Pepsi.
But, like, I don't think there's enough people to really sustain that for a while. For, like, a long stream. You know what I mean?
Pepsi.
Which is fine, for the record. But it does mean that's probably not an option.
Pepsi.
We could do, like, it'd be fun to do some sort of chat interaction. Senior 1 and 2 commentary, but I'm not sure what you think or how that would work out. I don't think I could do that as a stream. Like, I think that's again like a dev, like a retroactive devlog or something for those as like YouTube videos. I think would work. I think as a stream, it doesn't really work. That's something I need to like script out. Game Jam, a 3D observation watch game. I want to play those. Morgana wants us to make observation watch games. That's funny. But that probably could be done in a single stream with like free to use assets. Or even just beta assets. Metal Gear Solid 1 is free to play this weekend. Yo.
Pepsi. Pepsi.
I have felt like recently that I need to start planning my stream weeks.
Pepsi.
I feel like things would be easier if I had plans for the week in terms of streams. I've played Metal Gear Solid 1 in years. This is my moment. That's pretty hype, I gotta say. Metal Gear Solid 1. Pretty cool. Okay, well, with the exception of that one bug, chat, wall jumping is working. And it's pretty low-key and pretty easy to tweak. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to take a break here to get some water, a snack probably, and also turn pre-rolls back off. Most importantly, and I'm only saying most importantly because I always forget to do it. So, no, it's actually probably the water and snack is more important. But anyway, chat, I will be right back. Y'all keep thinking. I will also keep thinking. I am back, chat. Got myself some Ritz. Also, S&B fans' observation about the starting soon and be right back scenes favoring scaffold statue was correct. They were not random. I didn't have shuffle turned on. Which I somehow hadn't noticed. So good ear, S&B fan. So, chat, I got me some Ritz.
Pepsi. Pepsi.
Some good old Ritz crackers.
Pepsi. 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 Pepsi.
Cannibalism.
Pepsi.
What do you mean?
Pepsi.
What?
Pepsi.
Am I a Ritz cracker?
Pepsi.
Have I had Ritz Bits? I fucking love Ritz Bits. Yes.
Pepsi. 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 Pepsi.
Okay, the one thing I'm missing on the wall jump is that you can use your stick in it still. Which I don't like. Let's freaking go another Ritz Bits believer. It's so good, dude. Would it be worth playing through Trivia Beta Party again? Probably not as a stream thing. That's not really a stream. Like that, we didn't do that on stream. I was all off stream. I deleted that timeline too soon. Okay. I don't know if I want to fully disable stick input after a wall jump.
Pepsi. 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 Pepsi.
But that does feel better
Pepsi. Pepsi.
than having no changes
Pepsi.
to your stick
Pepsi.
movement.
Pepsi. 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 Pepsi.
feel like it's too easy to somehow get yourself clipped in here.
Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep.
I don't know what's happening. Actually, I want this open in edit mode because I'm not sure if this is going to work. Let's see.
Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi.
Okay, that does work. I wonder why it wasn't working last time. Okay, that's good. Because I do want stick input. I just want to greatly reduce your ability to counteract the jump. God, I got a 250 gigabyte external SSD in the mail today. With the express purpose of music composition. Which seems incredibly large, actually, but I'm not complaining. It was $30.
Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep.
I'm looking for the best in regards to music. I am too.
Pepsi.
I'm hoping I can get some
Pep. Pep. Pep.
some skills, some ability. Because I would think it'd be able to help
Pepsi. Pep. 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 Pep.
with the soundtrack if possible.
Pepsi. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. 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 Pepsi.
Okay, it is really fun to just climb stuff as JJ. I'm like a 2-year-old in a tree, bro. Climb build.
Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep.
No, just really any amount of stick movement cancels
Pep.
the mover's
Pep.
jump.
Pep. 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 Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi.
Which I don't like.
Pepsi. Pep. 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 Pep.
I don't like that at all.
Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi.
But that might just be how it's gotta be. Because that's just kind of how the puppet works. What if I still can't turn, but I can move? I imagine that doesn't fix anything.
Pet. Pet.
Yeah.
Pet. Pet. Pet.
So I guess I just can't move. That's just not a thing I'm allowed to do. Turning is okay, though. Would be my guess.
Peps. Pet. Peps. Pet. Peps. Pet. Peps. Peps.
Yeah,
Pep,
and
pep,
that'll
pep,
at least
pep,
give the
pep,
illusion that the player can actually do something about the jumps.
Peps. Pepsi. Pet. Pepsi. Pep. 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 Peps. Peps. Pet. Peps. Pet.
That does let you cancel out of a wall jump,
Pet.
too, because you can turn yourself away from the wall, at least.
Peps. Pet.
So I guess I'll keep that in for now.
Peps.
Probably a
Pet.
better way of doing it, but
Peps. Pet. Peps.
it's a good place to start.
Peps. Pet. Peps. Pet. Pepsi. Pet. Pepsi.
Stay over there! Stay over there!
Peps. Pet.
Uh-oh. I'm freaking dead. Now, what really sucks, chat, is there's no easy way for me to have, like, wall jumping off of moving objects. I think we're just gonna not let you do that.
Peps.
Because there's no easy way for me to do that.
Peps. Pet. Peps. Pet. Peps. Pet.
See, in other game engines, what I would do is when I'm raycasting to detect the wall in front of him, I would grab a reference to this object,
Peps.
and any positional changes applied to it, I would apply to my
Stay
character
over there!
Peps.
to effectively keep him stuck to it as it moves, right? Would be really cool. Can't do that in Dreams, though.
Pet. Pet. Pepsi. Pet.
Not without attaching code to all of our moving objects, which kind of is stupid. So we're just not going to let you jump off of them,
Peps.
which sucks, but
Peps.
engine limitations are engine limitations.
Peps. Peps. Pet. Pepsi. Pet.
A lot more reason to do a 3D platformer in another engine someday, I suppose. Okay, but with that said, and again, with the exception of that bug, which I am completely stumped by, wall jumping is done. Which I have said a couple of times, but I mean it this time. It is now done. So, next would be wall running. And I already spent 2 hours on the jumping, which is usually how long I go if I start at 5:30. So, do I start, or do we call it here? That is the question. I do need to think, what does wall running need? There needed a roadblock? That's kind of what I'm thinking. So wall running is going to require that you are descending from a jump, that you are moving at a fast enough speed, which we're going to say is 6 for now. So you're moving at fast enough speed, and of course that there is a wall. Now the thing is, with wall running, right, and this is what complicated the code so much previously, is that you can either be wall running on your left or on your right. This changes a significant amount of things. It changes your animation, it changes where to be looking ahead to make sure that there's still wall in front of you. It affects the direction that you jump off of it while wall running, and affects the direction that you turn. But I think I'm not gonna have that be a thing. I don't think you can transition from wall running into a standard wall jump anymore. I don't think that played very well. So I think we're gonna actually not have that be a thing. So it contributes to a couple of things, and this poses a coding question: is do I have states for left and right, or do I have a single wall running state, but whichever wall is next to you is determining parameters like the animation and what direction you would jump? That is the question. The other thing, and I don't think I'm going to do this, but the original plan for wall running a long time ago was that you could wall run around curves, which I think is really cool, but it's really complex. That's really complicated to be able to do that. So I think I scrapped that. We haven't used that in level design at all yet, and I don't think we're going to, so I think we scrapped that idea. So, the nice thing is that if we were to do this, so there's a wall next to you. All right, so we enter D. D is wall running state. So wall running. I want it to be faster than running on the ground. I'm not sure by how much yet. But here we have wall run. So, again, nice thing with wall running, as opposed to wall jumping, is that the wall that you're running off of will continue to be in the laser scope. You're not like turning around from it, so it's no longer in the laser scope. So it'll stay there, which is actually very nice.
Peps. Peps.
As you can see.
Peps.
So,
Peps.
we can use that to our advantage. I've got so many cords tangled on my desk. But we can use that to our advantage to kick you out early. And we're going to need actually an OR statement for this. And I think we're going to want a laser scope on the back of JJ. I think we're going to want this. It's also no longer going to be called wall stick, they're just wall. Okay. So this state will activate you, which puts you on sustain. I do need to reset the animation if it's on sustain, which is kind of annoying, can I be honest? Like, sucks. But it is what it is. Okay. So that's those added. And then wall run. Wall run. So, same gravity effect, I like that. However, we are not freezing horizontal movement this time. Instead, we want to move you in the direction that you're facing. And we also do want to align to the... We do want to align... parallel. This is one of those things that changes depending on what side you went. Which makes things hard. But before that, we do need a mover that moves you forward. That is on. I want it to... We're going to start at not 15. 15's too fast. We're going to start at 12, which is double your run speed. Or at least your quote-unquote vanilla run speed, because I'm pretty sure we're going to make your top run speed actually 9 meters per second. We're buffing the movement speed, probably. I made infrastructure in the code to allow us to test it before committing, but even without testing it, I feel like I kind of want to commit to it. It just kind of feels better. Alright, but anyway. So, you're gonna hella be moving here. With this. Let's give this a shot.
Peps.
Wall stuck that time. Look at that. I don't know why gravity did not take proper effect there. Probably because I did this. There we go. Okay. And... okay. I love posting my Samus Figma. I feel like I haven't been much of a figurine head in a long while. I feel like I've lost the figurine spark. I'm definitely a plush guy. I love plushes. Like, figurines haven't spoken to me in a while. I don't know why. I feel like I should like them, because they're awesome. But, like, I don't know. Hello, figure model kit head. I feel like model kits seem really fun. Preference comes down to scale and softness. You're not soft enough, figurines. I can't live like this. Okay, this is kind of a rough implementation. But if you're wall sliding and there's suddenly not a wall behind you, I think it's fair to probably put you into the default state. That's probably going to break things. Because I probably need to add a timer component to it. Yeah.
Pepsi.
I'm getting to plug this in instead.
Pepsi. Pep.
There we go. So now...
Pepsi.
Oh, the floor is really thin here. Fuck. But now if we were to wall slide down a wall... that, like, stops being a wall at some point. Something like this. It should put you back into the normal state so you can start moving around to recover.
Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi.
I can't get up there though.
Pep.
I just realized.
Pep.
Oh, you know what I can do though? Whoa, don't. Okay. Once you enter wall running, you can't leave. Why did that happen?
Pepsi.
Okay, that appears to be working. Appears, though. It appears.
Pepsi. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi. Pep. Pepsi.
Oh, that now makes that one bug much more serious, though, because it means the wall jump just fails and it's completely out of your control as the player, which actually sucks a lot.
Pepsi.
Alright?
Pepsi.
Styled on him too much?
Pepsi.
There we go. Yep, that seems to be working. Seems to be. That wasn't a conclusive test by any means, but... Okay. Yeah, a couple bugs here and there. I think I am gonna call it here, chat. Made great progress, though. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see. Okay, I think we are gonna raid Piece of Craft. He's working on his dreams project. Just roll right into some more dreams here. Channels intended for mature audiences, apparently. That makes me feel like mine should be set to that. Because I don't feel like our channels are very different. I don't know. Anyway. Thank you all for coming out to the stream tonight. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evenings. Hope you enjoyed Piece of Craft's stream. I'm going to get myself some dinner. And play Fortnite. Because I need to grind V-Bucks. So, yeah. I will see you all at the next stream, everybody. Have a good night.